Kawakuma? Ah, the baker's going to... Oh, sorry, Marissa. What are you doing here? I'm supposed to look after you now that you've woken up, since Saki is running the household and Mailing's look after Flandre. How long did I sleep? It's about an hour before midday. Patrick checked up on you in the morning, but she'd been writing for the last 48 hours. She couldn't stay awake any more than that. Well, she tried to, but I dosed her coffee, so... Heh, looks like you need more sleep if you're spilling blackmail material like that. Ah! For this info, I'll settle for you showing me to the bathroom quickly. Alright, I'll show you the way. Kawakuma led me first to my destination of choice, then to a sitting room that looked like it had been converted to a dining room. Rumelia and Saki were waiting. Good morning, would you care to have breakfast for me, Miss Hirosami? Saki's prepared a little more than I can eat. Sure thing. I sat down at the large chair Rumelia pointed me towards. Instead of the usual pastries, there was a full Western style breakfast on the table. I wonder how much of that was to subtly indicate I wasn't on the menu, and how much... God damn. How much was because Saki thought I needed to eat more. On that note, the room itself seemed arranged to try to put me at ease. The table was bigger than it needed to be, reinforcing the distance between me and where Remy was sitting. I imagined Flandre would be similarly distant when she showed up. Thank you for leading Miss Marissa here. Kokuma, if you could tell Mailing to get the young mistress in a few minutes, I think that would be everything. Okay. I would like to once again extend my apologies on behalf of the Scarlet household for the events of last night. You don't have to give me the big shot act, Rumelia. Ugh, that stupid brat. How did she even learn about turning others into vampires anyway? I specifically avoided telling her that so that nothing like this would happen. I recall searching someone reading The Young Mistress a book recently. Ah, crap, and I explained how the process was supposed to work too. Well, I wasn't expecting her to try it. No one was. I admit it's not something that we really thought about at all, due to my lady's appetite and Flandre's inexperience. Marissa, do you have any idea why she'd do that? She seemed to be angry at you for pushing her away. I think it was because I told her about my immortality research, and she somehow learned about some personal issues of mine. I guess she was trying to help me become immortal. Of course, she wouldn't know downsides. Well, I guess I'll have to fix that. Forgive me for asking, but do you plan on stopping your efforts on my sister's behalf? I won't hold it against you if you do, but I'd prefer it if you didn't. I want to see what Flandre says first. Fair enough. I stared in on the breakfast while we waited. I preferred Eastern style breakfast, but I was really hungry, and I knew that I needed the iron a plate of sausage and bacon would give me. Soon the door opened again, and Flandre slouched in. I twitched as she gave me a glare. Normally her aura of fear faded when she was there in person, but with the memory of last night so fresh, I was still twitchy. I had to work to stay calm. I tried to say something, but I couldn't think of the words. How do you tell someone they could have killed you? How could I explain to Flandre that I didn't want to be a vampire without insulting her? Don't give our guest that look. You should apologize to Marissa for last night's unladylike behavior. What do you know, stupid? You're always making me the bad guy. And why'd you shoot me, Marissa? I was helping you. Do you really hate me? Why were you pretending to be my friend? Flandre, Scarlet, cease that at once. Hey, hold on, you two. Good. Calling out both of them got their attention. Flandre, if you want to be friends with people, you have to ask them before doing something irreversible to them. And if you do that mistake, you need to stop when they tell you to. But, no buts, Flandre. You don't even know what you're doing. We got that information out of a storybook. You could have wound up killing me. That shouting might have been more me being angry than trying to explain things, but she was drinking my blood, damn it. I was allowed to be a little pissed. Still, Rumelia and Saki seemed to be willing to let me handle it. I just hoped they stepped in when I ran out of ideas. But I thought I was helping. I'm sorry I didn't ask you, Marissa, but why is it bad to become a vampire? Don't you want to be like me? Wasn't I doing a good thing? No offense, Flandre, but I kind of liked some of the things you're weak against, like sunlight and rain. Also, I'm not sure I like the idea of eating humans. And I'm pretty sure I won't be exactly like you. You're a devil, while the vampires you create are undead. I'd have to die before I rose up as a vampire, and I really don't want to die. But she's right, sister. Servitude vampires are weaker than we pure bloods. In addition, the process mixes the thoughts of the masters and servants. You probably have driven Marissa insane. Not to mention what the Shrine Maiden would have had to say about all this. This is technically an attack on a human, you know. I'm sorry. I guess I'll go back to the basement. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Help clean. No, you don't get to sit around and mope. Your punishment is to help clean the mansion. And an excellent suggestion. Helping repairing the damage you've done should be a good reminder to control your powers, young mistress. While that's normally a task for the servants, it does seem like a good exercise in this case. Mei-ling will show you the ropes and no snacks until you're done. Oh man. But thank you, Mercer, for not abandoning me, even if I was stupid. What kind of friend would I be if I ran away anytime I got a little scared? Minus the whole almost dying, getting bitten, losing a lot of blood and shit, you know? The usual. Oh, my camera. Don't worry about it, young mistress. It was fine. I've put it in a storage until you need it. Well, that's good at least. Please do be careful around it, though. It survived this time, but it's not something that can be fixed if it breaks. Sorry, I'll be more careful. We finished our breakfast, then Flandre went to serve her time. Is there anything else you need from me, Marissa? I think you owe me lunch too. I see, well, I can accept that. I suppose. Sakyas will see to it. However, it's 4 past dawn, so I'm going to bed. Alright, night then, or morning, whatever. You might want to see Patchley about that bite mark. I don't think any of us wants to deal with the questions it would bring. Patchley's out of the picture too. Apparently Koa dosed her with something, but I'm sure I can come up with an explanation for this. It looks just like a hickey now. I don't know whether or not I should be worried about that. In any case, I need to sleep myself. It was quite a pain cleaning everything up and calming the other maids. And thank you again for taking it so well. Well, I was the one who dragged myself into this mess. I'll see you at lunch, Marissa. And with that, she was gone. Let's see, this card was the Queen of Hearts. I wonder if she just tossed it out of the amount of pack, or if she actually picked the card she left behind. Well, I had some time to myself to think. I probably shouldn't do anything too strenuous yet, but I could do plenty of other things. Let's see. Let's see, how am I gonna go with this? Yeah, might as well. With Patchley unconscious, it'd be interesting to see what Kokuma researched in her spare time. I knew she studied on her own, but I never actually found out what she studied. She actually was happy to give me the stack of books she just read. I guess she figured it would keep me from looting the more expensive books. I learned a lot of the things from going through that, mainly that Kokuma's tastes are elastic? Is that how you say it? Elastic? Illicit? I don't know. She seems to jump from one book to another, though you could always follow the links. For example, from a spell book using religious icons to religious texts and an epic poem based on the religion, to a comic book about one of the major figures, to a comic book on journalism, to study on the Tengu, and then from there, and holy shit, that's a lot of jumps, man. Fuck. It was all really impressive. I did wonder, though, how she managed to find the books so fast. I could waste days looking up information like that if I could just find related books with a snap of my fingers. It was a little into the afternoon when Sakya popped up again. I thought you might be tired of Western food, so I prepared beef teriyaki. Thanks, but where are you getting all this beef? I'm afraid I can't tell. I have to keep some secrets. You have more secrets than any other house in Gensokyo. Exactly. Apparently, Vermilius rubbed off on you a little bit. Nonsense, I've always enjoyed these little games, ever since I was a little girl. When was that? Please, follow me to the dining room area. Just straight up ignoring that. Lunch passed with yet another mystery remained unsolved. Afterward, I thanked Sakya and headed off to find Flandre. Her punishment should be done by now. Hi, Marissa. I'm not sure if her quick recovery is a good or bad sign. Did you want to play Damaku now that I'm free? I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to do Strenuous Thing today. Maybe I'll be ready for something like that tomorrow. Aw. Well, when you come by again, maybe we can have a match. Unless you want to take me somewhere else. We need Koichi back up, man. I think we should just play a game or two next time. Okay. Hey, would you like to have Koichi come along too? Really? Well, I'll have to ask, but I think she should be up for it. Sure. I'll be looking forward to it, Marissa. See you around, Flandre. Hey, Marissa, going home? Yeah, it's been a long couple of days. Damn straight. Yeah. I know that Sakya's probably thanked you already, but I want to thank you too. We've all wanted to help Flandre for some time, but it's not really easy when you have to try to control her too. I know Remilia's a lot happier these days. Don't tell her I said that, okay? Well, I'm glad to hear it, but why are you guys all letting me take the spotlight? Well, Vermilia's got her charisma thing, and the rest of us have our jobs, and like I said, Flandre's had to deal with all of us forcing her back into the basement when things got really bad. I know she and Patchley still don't get along because of that. In fact, the only one she's forgiven entirely is me, since I don't ever actually stop her. Maybe I should work on that next then. Huh? Just an idea. Anyway, I'm sure I'll drop by again soon, barring any incidents, of course. Are we due for one yet? I guess another month or so? Hey, incidents happen when they happen. Well, I'm off. Have a safe trip. I took the quick flight back home. It was nice to be back, even if there was a lot more junk around. I checked my mushrooms and set dinner to cooking, then relaxed at home. Eventually, I remembered the bite mark. It was fading even faster than I expected. It seemed vampire bites including something that healed that victims, just like they seemed to paralyze them. I wonder if it was the saliva. I don't think I'll be testing that theory soon though. I settled for putting a healing salve on the wound again before dinner. I spent a little more reading and writing down experiment ideas, then I went to bed.